When I heard about the new Jabra Elite 85T, I wasn't expecting to like them because of the semi-open design, and I was skeptical as to how effective the ANC would be. But as you can tell by the title, these are a pair of pretty decent earbuds. First off, it's important to note that both the earbuds and case are larger than the 75T. Here they are side by side. The case difference is pretty obvious, but the earbuds aren't. Trust me though, the earbuds are bigger to accommodate the new 12mm drivers that are inside, which means that they don't sit quite as snugly in the ear. In fact, I find myself adjusting the earbuds ever so often to kind of reseat them in my ear because they feel like they're slipping loose, even though that's actually not the case. The buds themselves are still incredibly comfortable though, and if you have bigger ears, you might not even notice the bigger shells. They do protrude a bit more as compared to the 75T, so that's something to consider. Because of the semi-open design, the sound signature is different compared to the 75T. It's still a warm sound, but the impactful bass that was the highlight, it's been toned down slightly. In return though, you end up getting a more balanced sound signature that I really quite enjoy. Because the bass isn't the highlight, you end up getting a less V-shaped sound with a fuller mid-range. That's not to say that there's no bass though, it's still there, just not quite as prominent as it was with the 75T. The semi-open design does have the added advantage of making the soundstage seem wider though, which is always a nice plus. I do have to pause here and note that I actually have an issue with these earbuds. It's not a me issue. I've read reports of consumers online having the same problem with their Elite 75T, and that's the static problem with the left earbud. Personally, I believe my issue is already a very minor one. I only have static occasionally, but others have had static non-stop. For me, I have static in the left earbud when music is playing. Once I've paused my music, the static continues for around 2 seconds and then tapers off. Some people might just end up getting accustomed to it, but I found it distracting enough to actually reach out to the folks at Jabra. Firmware updates didn't help, so if you do encounter this issue, I recommend getting in touch with Jabra to see if you can exchange your unit for a new one. Back to the good. Phone calls and the likes are excellent on the Elite 85T, with my voice being accurately and clearly transmitted to the party on the other end. There's actually a 6 microphone array on the 85T, with 4 being used for noise cancelling. The microphone holes on the earbuds are even smaller than before, which is great since they're more subtle now. The ANC works really well, and the Elite 85T actually come with ANC right out of the box. The Elite 75T got ANC in a firmware update. And while I do think that the Elite 85T's ANC is stronger, the Elite 75T has a better seal. So once everything is put together, they end up on around the same level. Jabra claims 7 hours of battery life with ANC off and 5.5 hours with ANC on, and I found it to be relatively accurate. With ANC turned on, I actually got close to 6 hours, but that might be because I only used the earbuds at 40% volume. The earbuds do get quite loud, so I didn't find myself requiring the normal 60%. There's an additional 3 charges or so in the case, for a total of 25 hours with ANC off. The Elite 85T uses USB-C to charge and also supports wireless charging if you so prefer. Unfortunately, these are still running on a master and slave configuration. A big plus point is the support for multi-point connectivity, which is great for people who are looking to use their earbuds on 2 different devices. Jabra has unfortunately reduced the IP rating on these though down to IPX4, which means there's no protection against dust. So don't bring this to the desert or to the rock climbing gym. So are these worth getting over the Elite 75T? That depends. If you don't like the seal that the Elite 75T provides, you'll be better off with the Elite 85T. Personally, I do prefer the sound quality of the Elite 85T as well. Change of scenery. There was too much noise over there, so we had to move. Anyway, that being said, if the Elite 85T are too big for your ears, then the Elite 75T is actually still a great option, especially if you can find a good discount on them. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the Jabra Elite 85T. If you guys have any comments or questions, leave them down below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to us if you haven't. Follow us on Facebook and on Instagram for more content. Until the next one, see you guys!